Welcome to Drone Maverick. Today we're going to talk about 13 unlucky drone mistakes that people are continuously making when they first get their drone. These are the drone mistakes that people are making that the FAA is really cracking down on. They're slamming people with fees, and some people are even going to jail. But I made this video so you and I can share it with other people who we know that are actually doing these things, because I know you and I, we're law-abiding citizens, and we're here to have fun with our drone. We're here to obey the rules and the regulations. I know that's what you and I are actually doing. Okay, so the first unlucky drone mistake that people are making is that they are flying their drone in these no drone zones. The number one unlucky drone mistake I see people keep doing over and over again is they are flying in these no drone zones. And the best way to find these is an app called AirMap. AirMap is very good at identifying, okay, I can't fly in this area. They say, there's a lot of advisories in this spot. It's a national park, an airport, or, a no-go zone. AirMap is perfect for finding these places. The second biggest mistake that people are making with their drone is that they are not registering their drone with the FAA. All right, so the second unlucky drone mistake that people are making is that there is no drone registration with the FAA. I'm going to leave a link in the description below where you can go straight to the FAA and register your drone. It's $5, $5. It's really inexpensive, and there are some incredible penalties for, and I cannot stress this enough, there are incredible penalties if you do not register your drone. And once you register it, you actually have to write the registration on the side of your drone as of April 1st, 2019. I'm not making an April Fool's joke out of this. I'm actually making a serious point that unless you register your drone, you will be considered a criminal. And it says it right here on FAA's website. You will be subject to civil and criminal penalties if you meet the criteria to register your unmanned aircraft and do not register. If you don't register your drone and you crash it into a windshield, if you crash it into a government facility like the White House, which somebody actually did, or like an airport, if you fly it at an airport and you put it right in front of an aircraft, you're gonna get slammed by it. You're not only gonna get slammed with a fee. Some people are actually paying time in prison for this kind of stuff. So it's not like, oh, I bought a drone from Amazon, I'm gonna go to prison. No, that's not what it is. You're gonna go to the FAA with the link in the description below. You're gonna register your drone, $5. So simple, so free of headaches, so free of this nonsense that is so simple. A lifetime of headaches can be avoided with a $5 payment, and I cannot stress this enough. I have registered my drone, and as of April 1st, 2019, this is this is not a this is not a April Fool's joke that I'm saying, but the FAA requires that you put the registration number on the outside of the drone, very visible, so that it's kind of like a license plate for the drone. I'm sure this will change in the future as they may come up with a better way of doing it. But for right now, that is what the FAA requires. That is what you will do in order to cooperate with the FAA. And it's just so simple. Just go register your drone for $5. It's really easy. The third biggest mistake that people are making is setting the home position for the drone right over the water. Alright, so the unlucky drone mistake number 3 that I see people doing is that they set their home position over the water. Now, this can happen just like you see here, that if you're on a boat and you suddenly take off with your drone, The second it gets some good GPS, that drone is going to call that the home position. So guess what? When you go to, you've been flying for 10 minutes and then you forget that, that, okay, that's the home position. And then you're flying it back. All of a sudden, all that space where all that water is, that's going to be where it's going to land. You can have like 1% battery left, and that thing will absolutely come to a crash into the water. So that is something you do not want to do. So you want to have the home position right over the land. The fourth unlucky drone mistake that people are making is they don't have a wired connection from the remote to their phone. So the fourth unlucky drone mistake that I see people doing is they don't use a wired connection and they're relying solely on the Wi-Fi from their phone connecting to their remote. Now, granted, that will work, but if you're trying to travel at a distance, there can be interference. So when you plug in your wired connection, you're going to see a little pop-up that says this, this accessory may not be supported. Go ahead, hit close, and then you're good to go. So using a wired connection is definitely going to be important. The fifth unlucky drone mistake is that people are setting the wrong return to home altitude. All right, time for the fifth unlucky drone mistake, and that is setting the wrong return to home altitude. What that basically means is your drone, when it loses connection to the remote control that you have, it will automatically pause. It will wait. It will wait in the air, just like it's supposed to do. It's a safety feature. And then when it can't connect back to your remote, it's going to then descend to the return to home altitude if it's greater than that. So what'll happen is, let's say you're at 400 feet and your return to home altitude is at 90 feet, right? If you're flying over a bridge, and people are doing this, they're flying over a bridge and the bridge is causing interference. What's going to happen? The drone is just going to wait and then it's going to start descending. This is an example of me, I'm going alongside of the bridge to safely demonstrate. People's drones are just coming straight down and they're going right into traffic itself, and the drone is it's either gonna it's smashing into cars, smashing into windshields, it's landing into cars, landing in trucks, and it's basically getting destroyed and it's destroying things. It's a nightmare for some people. And it wasn't even their fault. The drone was simply doing what it was supposed to do. But the pilots just didn't have enough knowledge to know this is about to happen. So you have to set your return home altitude to greater than any structure within your line of sight. And by doing that, you're going to save yourself an incredible amount of stress. Tap the three dots in the upper right hand corner, tap the icon that looks like a drone, and then change the return to home altitude to your desired height. Number 6 unlucky drone mistake is people are making is they are not setting the low battery warning to 30%. To change your low battery signal, you want to go ahead, hit the three little dots in the upper right hand corner, tap the little battery icon. Low battery warning can be adjusted to the desired percentage that will help you, that's best for you. Alright, I know that this is coming at you like, you can't do this, you can't do that. So let's take a minute and watch a really cool DJI Spark video. So here you go. The seventh unlucky drone mistake that people are making is that they are not buying enough batteries. So the seventh unlucky drone mistake is not bringing enough batteries. Your DJI Spark battery will last about 10 to 12 minutes depending on weather, depending on how much you're flying your drone around. It comes with 2 batteries when you first get them, and it's a good idea to keep
upgrading and keep buying more batteries. I bought an additional battery. It's inside of here, and it's good to just keep buying more batteries. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can get access to these batteries. And it's really important because when you're out flying and you have, say, an incredible sunset, like the other day, I had this beautiful, gorgeous sunset, and I was ready. I had just these three batteries, and that provided me a good 40 minutes worth of flight time, and that's really all I need for a sunset and to capture amazing footage. And the neat thing about these batteries too is that they actually have firmware inside of them which keep the DJI Spark from overheating for consuming too much power, and the batteries work together with it. When you buy a new battery, you're going to have to simply connect like normal, and it will say this is a new battery. It has to be updated to the firmware, and you simply agree to it. Takes 30 seconds, no big deal, and you're ready to fly.
So the eighth unlucky drone mistake, this is a big one, is that people are not keeping up to date the FAA's rules and regulations.
So the eighth unlucky drone mistake that people make is simply not staying up to date with the FAA's regulations. Now, on their website, they certainly do that. You can go into FAA drone zone or do a Google search for FAA drone zone and just go in and you can find out all the information. It's really boring, but you can find everything that you're looking for. What they also do is they are very, very active on their Twitter account. You can see right here that FAA literally within 10 minutes ago they're updating information about right here interested in aerospace, small satellites, geomagnetism. So this is additional to drones, uh, and right here here's a drone video uh, program. The FAA is punching out some kind of drone program. Gives firefighters better situational awareness during emergencies, and probably good for firefighters using the drone to go survey a house that's burning or a building that's burning. And drones are very useful. They are saving lives, and they're definitely making this world a better place.
Number 9, they're simply not respecting the privacy of their neighbors or other people.
So the ninth unlucky drone mistake that people are making is that they are simply taking their drone and violating other people's privacy with it. Professional commercial drone pilots do not do this.
Number 10, this is a flat out dumb one in my opinion. People are flying around hospital helipads.
So the 10th unlucky drone mistake, and this is a big one. People are flying their drones in um, around hospital helipads. They're on the path of a collision with emergency aircraft. This is just a really bad idea. I know that people are tempted to fly around the city that is like, oh wow, you get a great city shot, but if you're right near a hospital, you're definitely in a no drone zone because that aircraft is carrying somebody's life and they're trying to save people. So hospitals everywhere are making it clear this is a no drone zone. Don't fly in this area.
Number 11, they are the most unlucky, almost stupid drone mistake that I've seen that people are doing is that they are impeding police and rescue efforts.
So this drone mistake is a real unfortunate one, and the operator may face charges for impeding rescue efforts. There was a car crash, there was a traffic jam. Someone in that traffic jam pulled out their drone, started making a video in the air. That put rescue efforts on alert, and they had to ground themselves. The drone operator was apprehended. They put the drone on the ground. By the time the helicopter got to the victim, he had passed away on their way to the hospital. I've seen this more than once, and this is a really sad one. So in the future, if you see some kind of rescue mission going on, stay away from it with your drone.
Number 12 unlucky drone mistake is people are flying to these wildfires and impeding all the fire rescue crew.
So the 12th unlucky drone mistake that people are making, again, this is an unfortunate one. They are flying over wildfires. Now, the FAA and emergency crews are simply, they're making it very, very clear that people are going to start paying some heavy, heavy fines, along with some jail time if people are impeding firemen rescue efforts who are trying to prevent a wildfire.
And last, I know people don't want to hear this, but people are flying their drones under the influence of alcohol.
So the 13th drone mistake that people are making is that they are flying under the influence of alcohol. Now, this example of flying drones drunk is actually done under a controlled environment to show you that if you were to fly your drone while under the influence of alcohol, you will be impaired, just like driving. Now, this example, this video, there were paramedics there, there was a breathalyzer there, they were showing people, they were demonstrating in a controlled environment what happens to somebody when they actually drink and fly. And this is all done in a safe environment, and I'm going to leave a link in the description below so you can go watch it for yourself. They are not in any way endorsing you to do any kind of it's very common sense. Don't drink and fly. Same thing with don't drink and drive. Don't drink and fly your drone.
Alright, so that wraps it up. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you get up-to-date videos. Thanks for watching Drone Maverick. I'll see you on the next one.